So we're starting, feet together,
Cat. Okay.
turning toes out, followed by heels. So just looking down at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down, and ears over the shoulders. So placing the hands on the hips, and we're just going to rock that pelvis forward and back. So flattening through the lumbar spine and arching through the lumbar spine. Good. And then finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. Placing the hands over the rib cage, shoulders down the back. Nice deep breath in through the nose, feeling that rib cage expand, and out through the mouth. And again, nice deep breath in through the nose, drawing the shoulders down and out through the mouth. So while we continue with this deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other, belly button coming back towards the spine, and then thinking about those pelvic floor muscles like a lift, coming up, 1, 2, 3. So time is through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. Relaxing the arms down by the side. We're going to start with the heel lifts. So again, just focusing on, we're working on strengthening those ankle joints. So thinking about where the ankles are going, keeping them tracking straight. And we're going to start with some forward shoulder rolls. Good. Nice big rolls, releasing any tightness or tension in the shoulders. Good, one more time forward, and then we're reversing up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Good. Working with the breath. Good, one more time, and then relaxing the shoulders down the back. So floating the arms out to the side, locking the shoulders down the back as we reach them up to the ceiling. On the out breath, push the airway as you bring the arms back down. Good. In breath, floating the arms up to the ceiling. Out breath, push the airway as we bring them back down. Good. So hugging those elbows into your sides, palms face towards the ceiling. Squeezing those elbows in, we're going to open our hands out to the side and draw those shoulder blades together at the back. Good. In breath to close back out and close together, sorry. So on the out breath, open the hands out, squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back and closing back up again. Good. 2 more times. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and close. Last time, squeezing those shoulder blades together and bringing the hands back together again. So placing the right hand on the left shoulder. The aim here is to make sure that shoulder doesn't lift up. Palm facing away from you out to the side. Hand leading, so soft elbow, we're bringing the hand up to just above shoulder height. Make sure that shoulder isn't hitching. And lower back down again. Good. On the out breath, float the hand up. Keep that shoulder locked down and lower back down again. Last one. On the out breath, floating the hand up. Keep the shoulder locked down and bringing it back down. So changing sides. Right hand on left shoulder. Good, floating the hand up. So just actually above the head, but keep the shoulder down and floating back down again. For 2, breathing out. In breath to lower, good. Last one, keeping that shoulder locked down your back and floating back down, good. So, both palms facing away from you. You're going to float both arms up now, locking the shoulders down the back. Place the hands behind your head and interlock those fingers. Shrug the shoulders up to your ears and then draw the shoulders down the back and then squeeze those elbows towards each other. Float the arms out to the side and lower back down. Good. We're going to do those 2 more times. So on the out breath, locking the shoulders down the back, float the hands up, interlock the hands behind the head, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, draw the shoulders down the back, and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Floating the arms out to the side and back down. Good. Last one. On out breath. Float the arms up, interlock behind the head, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, drawing the shoulders down, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and floating the arms out and down to your side, coming to standing. Interlock the hands behind you, turn them inside out, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then we're going to lift the hands up away from the glutes, opening up through the pecs, stretching out through the chest. Good. Try not to let that rib cage pop out. Relax the arms down, but keep them interlocked. We're going to turn the head to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Don't force it. Back to the center. And turn the head looking over the right shoulder. Back to the center again. We're turning to look over the left shoulder. And this time we're going to drop the chin down towards that left shoulder. Feeling that stretch possibly down the right side. Lift the head back up and back to the center again. Good. So looking over the right shoulder. So you're turning your head. Imagine you're looking over your shoulder. Then drop the chin down towards the shoulder. Feeling that stretch. Lift the head back up and center back up again. Keeping those shoulder blades squeezed together. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. Think of the chin pulling back into the neck slightly, forehead towards the floor, and just lengthening and stretching down the back of that neck. And coming back up to the center again. Relax those arms off. Brilliant. Okay, so working with one leg, we're working a lot with pelvic stability today and glutes. We're keeping it quite gentle because we've all had a bit of time off, some more than others. So we're focusing here on pelvic stability. So we want to lift up the right heel. As you do that, make sure you drop the right hip down. So we don't want to be hitching that right hip up. So keeping the pelvis level, we're going to slide that right foot forward along the floor and then sliding it back. If you feel like you're really wobbling, of course, just hold on to something. So we're going to slide that right foot forward. Just going to come back a bit. And then we're going to turn the right toe out. Feel the opening of that right hip as you do that. Center the foot again. And sliding it back. Good. One more time. Slide the foot forward. Turn the toe out. Feel the hip opening out. Back to the center. And sliding back in. Now, if you want to progress it, we're going to take the leg up. Lifting the knee up. And arm wobbling. And straighten the leg straight out. Turn the toe out, feel that hip, try not to hitch that up, keep that down, back to the center and slide the knee back up, keeping lifted if you can, good. One more time, so straightening the leg out, so we're firing up the glutes here as well as working on that pelvis stability, back to the center, sliding in, we're going to lower that right foot to the floor, and lift the heel up of the left one. Again, try not to hitch that left side. So sliding the foot forward and back. Sliding the foot forward. This time I'm going to turn the toe out. Feel the opening of that left pelvis. Center back up again. And sliding back in. Good. One more time. Slide the foot forward. Opening out that pelvis. Center back up and sliding in. And then if we can progress it, we're going to take the knee up. Whenever I do this on camera, I wobble.
Oh.
I'm looking in one spot. Okay, dropping that left hip down, and we're going to take that leg forward, turn the toe out, feel the opening of that left side, center, and sliding back up, but keeping the knee lifted if you can. One more time. Take the leg out, turn the toe out, center, and slide that knee back up again. Brilliant. And lower back down. So we're going to work a bit this time on one leg because it's really firing up. Our glutes are the ones that help us stay balanced when we're on one leg. And so often we'll feel one side's better than the other, but that's like glute weakness. So it's good exercise to do. We're going to keep going with it. So just rocking the hips from side to side, loosen off the back. Come back to the center, into the side bend, so left hand down, right arm up to the ceiling, lengthening through the waist and then sliding down towards that left knee, reaching the arm over, opening up that right side. In breath to center, changing arms, lengthen through the waist, over to the right, feel the stretch and opening of that left side, and back to the center again. Good. And so just working with rotation, taking the right hand to the left hip, wrap the back hand around you, and we're turning to face the back of the room. Keep that left hip pushing forward. I'm going to change now. So left hand onto right hip, wrap the back arm around you, push the right hip forward, and turn to face the back. Good, and coming back to the center again and rolling those shoulders. Brilliant. So standing at the edge of the mat, coming down into our roll down. So core engaged, soft knees, deep breath in through the nose, relax through the shoulder and neck. We're going to drop the chin towards the chest, peeling the vertebra off the wall behind you, one at a time, arms hanging, head hanging. As we articulate through each vertebra joint, taking your time through the lumbar spine, head hanging, shoulders down the back. Deep breath in as we breathe out, we're rounding back up, stacking that spine, coming up to standing and rolling those shoulders back. Good. One more time. Draw the belly back into spine. On the out breath, chin to chest, repeating the vertebra off the wall behind you. Arms hanging, head hanging. Slowly articulating all the way down to your toes. This time we're either going to place the hands on the floor or tuck the fingers underneath the toes. We're going to straighten through the right knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften through the left knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften, straighten through both knees, head hanging, shoulders down the back. Breathing through that lovely stretch through calves and hamstrings. We're going to soften through the knees, walk the hands forward, and we're coming down onto all fours. Just bring the camera down. Excellent. Okay, so onto all fours, knees underneath hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. And Jane, Thomas, have you got your ball? Yeah, perfect. Okay. So into the shoulder drops. So Jane, Thomas, maybe you walk a little bit forward on the ball. That's it, perfect. So we're focusing between the shoulder blades, and the lumbar spine is not moving here. So on in breath, we're going to dip down between the shoulder blades, trying to get those shoulder blades to touch at the back. On the out breath, we're lifting out of our shoulder blades and lengthening between the scapula. Good. So in breath, dipping down between the shoulder blades, squeezing them together. On the out breath, lift and lengthen between those shoulder blades. One more time, in breath. So we're just working, mobilizing those shoulder blades. On the out breath, lifting and lengthening between the shoulder blades. Good. So into the cat stretch now. On the in breath, we're rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown, feeding on through into that back extension. Just holding that for a nice stretch. In breath, rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown, feeding on into the back extension. Good. One more time. In breath, rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. Feel the lengthening of the tail and crown, dipping through into that back extension. And we're just going to flex that back off one more time, rounding it up towards the ceiling and coming back onto the all fours again, into neutral spine. Brilliant. So Jen, come back on your ball. See how you go with this one. It'll be interesting on the ball. So we're going to drop the hips down towards the right, and then we're going to look over the left shoulder. Only go as far as is comfortable and you're feeling a nice stretch. Back to the center again, and then dropping the hips down to the left side. Good. So you can take them as low as you feel that is comfortable, and you're getting a nice stretch. Back to the center again. Good. So keep going. So you should feel this sort of through the hips, the pelvic region, lower back. Lovely stretches. Good. Over to the other side. We're going to do one more to each side. Using your breath. Feeling that lovely stretch through the back, the opening of the pelvis. Good. Coming back to the center. So we're going to sit back on your heels, head down to the mat, reaching the fingers away from you. If that's not comfortable on your knees, obviously stay lifted through the glutes and walk the hands forward. Good. And then we're going to round back up, stacking that spine. Coming back onto all fours again. Neutral spine position, and we're going to slide the left foot back, tuck that left toe underneath you, drop that left hip down, push back through the hands, heel towards the floor, and we're holding that calf stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that left leg in. Good. So on the out breath, slide the right leg back, drop the right hip down, push back through the hands, heels to the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep the back of the head in line with the spine, 3, 2, 1, and drawing that right knee back in again. Good. So leg and arm raise. Start with the right arm, left leg, sliding forward and back. Now we're focusing on not hitching as we reach the arm forward and back. Holding for a breath. Lower back down, sliding it in, but trying not to wobble from one side to the other, or try not to hitch. Good. Left arm forward, right leg back. And we're reaching forward and back, holding for a breath. Think about your neutral spine. Lower back down, sliding back in, trying not to shift that weight from one side to the other. Good. 2 more times to each side. Right arm, left leg, reaching forward and back. Think of that core staying strong. Lower back down and sliding in, thinking about the shifting of the weight. Left arm, right leg, reaching forward and back. Lower back down and sliding in. Good. 1 more time to each side. Right arm forward, left leg back, reaching, strong through the core. Lower and sliding back in. Good. Last one. Left arm, right leg, reaching forward and back. Feel that stretch, strong core, low back down. Slide it back in. We're going to sit back on your heels. Jane Thomas, if you do this exercise, come down to sitting with V-legs. Sitting back on the heels, big toes together. Open the knees out. So the knees are wide. So we're going to walk the hands forward. Stretching through that lower back, head down towards the floor. And then we're walking the hands to the left, reaching the right arm away from you. Try and keep the weight on your heels and feel that lovely stretch through that right side. Good, back to the center again, and then we're going to walk the hands over to the right now. Reaching that left arm away from you. Feel that lovely stretch through the left side. Back to the center again, and then we're going to walk the hands back, round yourselves back up, come up to stacking that spine. Good. So coming to sitting. So we're going to have the knees are bent. We're going to just come down to the mat, so it's completely up to you whether you want to do a roll down. You can hold the back of your thighs, or you can do it with the arms out in front of you, shoulders relaxed. Deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine, and we're rolling down. So coming down, lumbar, thoracic, take the head down. We'll just do one full stretch, so lengthen the legs away from you. Reach the arms up over the top. Just have a lengthen through the left side. So we're going to, keeping both hands and feet on the floor, we're going to reach back to touch the wall with the left hand and then try and touch the other wall with your foot, left foot. So lengthening through that left side. In breath to center and relax, and then we'll reach in the right arm back and lengthen that right leg away from you. Good, and centering back up again. Bring the arms to your side. We're bending those knees, hip width apart, knees and feet. We're going to find our neutral spine position. So we're curling the pelvis up off the mat, feeling the lumbar spine imprinting into the mat, and then on the in-breath, we're going to roll that pelvis forward and feeling the arching through the lumbar spine. Good. On the out-breath, we're flattening through the lumbar spine. Now we're going to start involving our heads. So as we roll the pelvis forward and arch, the chin is going to come up towards the ceiling. As we breathe out and flatten through the lumbar spine, the chin is going to come to the chest. So we're lengthening through the back of the neck. So in breath, roll the pelvis forward, chin comes up to the ceiling. On the out breath, flapping through the lumbar spine, chin towards the chest. One more time. In breath, roll the pelvis forward, chin to the ceiling. On the out breath, flattening through the lumbar spine and taking the chin towards the chest. Keeping the chin towards the chest. We want that nice length through the back of the neck. We're finding our neutral spine position. We're going to reach up with the right arm and then the left arm up towards the ceiling, keeping the shoulders down the back. Good. So on the out breath, we're going to imagine we're plucking an apple from the tree with the right arm. We're reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling, shoulder lifting up away from the mat. On the out breath, we're going to lower the right arm, but as we do, we're going to slide that shoulder blade down our back. Good. So reaching up with that left arm. And then as you lower it, sliding the shoulder blade down your back. Reaching up with the right arm. This time we're going to bring the right arm over to the left. Follow the hand with the head. Don't force it. Just feeling a lovely stretch behind the right shoulder blade or even down the right arm. Back up to the ceiling again. and slide the shoulder blade down your back as you level the hands out. Good. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Bring that left arm over to the right. Follow the hand with the head. Breathing through the stretch. Back up to the ceiling again and lower the shoulder blade, sliding it down your back. Good. Reaching that right arm out. Good. Over to the left. Follow the hand with the head. See if you can bring that hand in lower this time. Back up to the ceiling again and sliding the shoulder blade down the back. Good. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Bringing it over to the right, following the hand with the head. Back up to the ceiling again and slide the shoulder blade down your back. I want you to cross both arms over the chest, hook them behind your shoulder blades and draw the shoulder blades towards the elbows. So you're lifting those shoulder blades up, just giving yourselves a lovely stretch through that thoracic back. Good. Float the arms back up to the ceiling again, and we're just going to float the arms out to the side just to stretch the other way, opening up through the pecs. Just hold that for a minute. Think about the shoulders coming down towards the floor. Don't let that rib cage pop up. Deep breath in and out. Good. And then we're just going to relax the arms down by your side. So into our shoulder bridge position. When you're ready, deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time, squeezing through the glutes, pushing forward through the front of the thigh as you come up into the shoulder bridge position. Hips lifted, rib cage down. Holding for an in-breath. As we breathe out, we're going to come back down. One vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled all the way until the end. Good. One more time, deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis, squeezing the glutes, coming up into the shoulder bridge position. Check there's no tension through the neck and shoulders. We're going to work with the glute squeezes now. So we're going to drop the hips 2 centimeters and then squeeze those glutes back up again. Good. For 9 and squeeze. Good. 8 and squeeze. 7 and squeeze. 6 and squeezing back up. For 5 and 4. Remember, just the hips, not the rib cage. For 2 and last one. Squeezing back up, and then we're coming back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up to the end. We're going to hug those knees into your chest and just rock from side to side. Good. So taking the feet one at a time back down to the mat, keeping the hip width between the knees and feet, arms up to the side, palms to the ceiling. So if you remember the ringing of the washing, so we're going to start with rolling the right hand forward and the left hand is going to roll back. Good. So both hands stay on the floor. We're just rolling them along the floor. One arm comes forward, one arm back, like a rolling pin, but then moving in opposite directions to each other. Once you start to get the hang of that, you'll notice that the hand that rolls back, the elbow stays down into the mat, the other hand that rolls forward, the shoulder lifts slightly. We want to start to turn the head towards the shoulder that is staying down on the mat. Good. So rolling from side to side, just fluid movements. And once you start to get the rhythm of that, we're going to start to drop the knees the opposite direction to the head. So the feet don't stack, we just drop the knees to the side, center back up, and then dropping the knees to the other side. Good. There's no forcing here, just fluid movements, completely moving the body perpendicular to each other. Good. Breathing through it. We're going to do one more time to each side. Good. And last time. Brilliant. And coming back to the center again. Placing the hands on the hips now. So we're just going to slightly break down some movements here just to really refocus on pelvic stability and on our lower abdominals. So I want you to lift the right toe up off the mat. Imagine your heel is running down a straight line, and we're going to slide that heel away from you. Now your hands are on your hips for a reason, to make sure that as that leg moves away, the pelvis doesn't change, so you don't drop on one side, and we're sliding that right knee back up again. Good. So on the out breath, slide that right leg away from you. Don't let that right pelvis drop. You might find you want to squeeze a bit through the right glute, and sliding that right heel back up again. Good. We're going to drop that right knee open now. Again, don't let that right hip pelvis drop. So only open the knee as wide as you can, keep that pelvis level, and close it back up again. Good. One more time. On the out breath, we're opening that right knee out. Keep that pelvis level and closing the right knee back up again. Now we're going to take the right leg up to tabletop. Make sure the lower abdominals don't pop up. And lower back down to the floor. Again, checking the pelvis staying level. One more time. Right leg up to tabletop. And lower back down again. Good. So we're going to drop the right knee open, keeping the pelvis level. Slide the right leg away from you. Center it back up. And then draw the leg up to tabletop, lifting that foot up off the floor. Excellent. From tabletop, we're dropping the right knee open. If it feels too strong, take the foot to the floor. Don't let that pelvis drop. Lengthen the leg away from you, keeping it slightly lifted off the floor and drawing it back up to tabletop position. Good. One more time. So focusing on that pelvis. Don't let it drop. Lengthen the leg away. Watch the lower abdominals now as you slide that leg back up to tabletop position. Excellent. So we're changing legs, working with the left leg now, thinking of the railway line. So lift the left toe up off the floor and we're sliding the heel away. Make sure that left pelvis doesn't drop down. Good. Sliding that left leg back up again. One more time. On the out breath, sliding the heel along the floor. Make sure it tracks straight. Don't let that pelvis drop. And sliding that left heel back in again. We're dropping the left knee open. Don't let that pelvis drop down. And closing the left knee back up again. Good. On the out breath, dropping that left knee open and closing it back up again. Good. We're going to float the left leg up to tabletop. Make sure the lower abdominals don't pop up and back down to the floor again. One more time. On the out breath, float the leg to the tabletop and lower back down again. Good. So we're going to drop that knee open now. Again, focusing on that left pelvis. Slide the leg away. And then we're going to bring that knee up to tabletop position, thinking about the lower abdominals. From tabletop position, open the knee out to the side. Don't let that pelvis drop. Lengthen the leg away. And back up to tabletop position, focusing on our abdominals. Good. One more time. Drop the knee out to the side. Again, if it feels too strong, take the foot back to the floor. Lengthen the leg away and sliding back up to tabletop position. Keep that left leg in tabletop. Imprint the lumbar spine. We're going to take the right leg up to tabletop. If you feel your abdominals pop up, or your lower back pops up, go back to single leg. both arms up to the ceiling. We're going to toe tap, so starting left leg down, right arm comes up above the head and center back up. Good. For 5, we're doing 5 on each side, and then we're going to go into heel tap. So 4 and 4. Good. If you want to work harder, take that leg a bit longer, but make sure that lumbar spine stays imprinted into the mat. For 3, I think, and 3. Good. For 2. And 2, draw that belly button to spine. Last one's with pointed toe. And now we're going to flex through the toes and we're heel tapping for 5. And 5, good. For 4. And 4, draw that belly button to spine. For 3, breathing out to lower, into center. 2 more, each side, and 2, last ones, good, and lower, brilliant, hug those knees into your chest, rock from side to side. Okay, we're going to keep the right knee into your chest, slide the left leg away from you. Hug that knee in as tight as possible, flex through the left foot, you're lengthening the heel away from you. Good, and then take the left hand onto your right knee, draw it over towards your left shoulder, up and over. You come up slightly onto your left side, but not completely. You should be feeling a bit of a stretch through the right glutes there, maybe a little bit lower into the top of the hamstring. Good, center back up, take the right foot back to the floor. We're going to slide the left knee up towards your chest, lengthen the right leg away, flex through the foot. Keep that knee hugged in as much as possible, so we're getting a bit of a stretch through the right side. Then take the right hand onto the left knee. Draw that left knee over, pulling it up towards your shoulder. Good. And just breathing through that stretch. And center back up again. Brilliant. So we're going to grab our bands now. Place it around your left foot. We'll start with the left foot. Good. Holding the band in the left hand, we're drawing the leg up towards the ceiling, feeling that nice stretch through the hamstring there. Good, and then taking the leg out to the side, so out to the left side, not too low. Don't let your don't come up onto your side. Keep both seat bones down into the mat. Just feel it through the inner thigh. Good. Back up to the ceiling. Take the band into the right hand now and draw the right leg over to the. Draw the left leg over to the right side. Again, don't lift up that seat bone. Keep both seat bones down into the mat. Good. Center back up. We're going to change legs. So right leg into the band. Just hamstring stretch first. Hold the band in the right hand. Relax the shoulders. Think about lengthening through the back of the neck. Then opening the right leg out to the side. Feel the stretch through the inner thigh. Keep both seat bones on the mat. Good. Back up to the ceiling. Take the band in the left hand. Draw the leg over to the left side. Keep both seat bones down. Excellent. Back to the ceiling again. We're taking the band off. We're going to close the knees and feet together now, keeping the knees bent, arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling. We're going to drop both knees down to the right, head goes to the left. Breathing through that stretch, relaxing through that lower back. We're going to bring the right arm over to the left side. Again, breathing, allowing the muscles to relax and just feel and benefit from that stretch. Open the right arm out, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. On the out breath, we're taking both knees to the left, head goes to the right, drawing that left arm over to the right arm. Again, just breathing through that stretch. Open the left arm out and centering back again. Good. On out breath, both knees over to the right again, head goes to the left. This time we're going to lengthen the left leg over the right knee. Take your time, toe towards the floor. If you want to progress it, you can now bring the right arm over to the left again. Good, and just breathing through any tightness there. Good, opening the arm back out, stacking knees and ankles, and take the lumbar spine to the mat. On the out breath, both knees to the left, head goes to the right. Lengthen the right leg over the left knee, toe towards the floor, breathing through the stretch. And then if you want to progress it, the left hand over to the right. Good. Bring the left arm open again, stack the knees and ankles, and take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Great. Okay, so we're coming onto our right side, grabbing your blocks or pillows or whatever you're using underneath your head. Knees are bent, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, both arms straight out in front of you. Good. Okay, think about that waist lifting a little bit up off the mat just to help to get our core muscles firing up here a bit. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're taking that top arm up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head into the open book. Holding for a breath, feeling that stretch, and then we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, arm to the ceiling, push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head, not forcing it, just allowing that stretch. If it feels too much for you, place your hand onto your shoulder and just drop your elbow to the floor. On the out breath, we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, arm to the ceiling, push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. We're going to draw the chalk circle, so we're coming down over the legs, crossing over the open hand, up above the head, trying to keep the hand towards the floor as much as possible. Push that top hip forward, and we're going to draw the arm back up and over again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, arm to the ceiling, push the top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle, but we're coming up above the head first. Crossing over the open hand, down over the legs into your open book position, and then we're drawing the arm back up and closing the book up. Excellent. So sliding your block away, we're going to take the right arm underneath your head. If you want to, if it's more comfortable, you can obviously place something between your arm and your ear if you want to lift your head up slightly more. Place the hand onto your top hip. Squeezing the glutes, so we're firing up these glutes again, squeezing the glutes, keeping the feet glued together. We're going to take the knee up towards the ceiling. Don't drop back on that hip, keep it stacked. Hold for a breath and lower back down again. Good. On the out breath, squeeze through the glutes, knee towards the ceiling. We're just going to pulse that knee up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down again. Good. On the out breath, we're going to take the knee and ankle up. Good. Squeezing through the glute and lower back down again. Good. On the out breath, squeeze through the glutes, knee and ankle up towards the ceiling. This time, we're going to take the top foot down towards the lower foot as we turn the knee to the ceiling. Then we're going to bring the knee down towards the other one and take the foot to the ceiling. Good. Take the leg back up so the knee and ankle are level with each other and slow back down again. Good. On the out breath, squeeze through the glute, knee and ankle to the ceiling. Take the knee to the ceiling as you lower the foot. Take the knee to the other one as you take the foot to the ceiling. Bring both level again and lower back down. Good. On the out breath, take the knee and ankle up towards the ceiling. We're holding it here. Squeeze through the glutes. We're pulsing it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. Give those glutes a bit of a pat off. We're lengthening the legs straight out. Bring them slightly in front of the midline. Again, think of that waist lifting up away from the mat, pointing through the toe. We're taking the leg up towards the ceiling, flex, push that hip, lengthen through the top line and lower back down. Pointing through the toe to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. Good. 3 more. Pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. 2 more. Pointing to come up, flex, lengthen through the top line and lower. Good. Last one. Pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. So point the top toe down towards the floor. So keeping it pointing to the floor, taking the leg up to hip height, toe to the ceiling, to lower back down. Good. Toe to the floor, up, toe to the ceiling, to lower. Good. Keep thinking of the length of the top line, toe to the floor, up, toe to the ceiling, to lower. Good. 1 more, toe to the floor, up, toe to the ceiling, to lower back down. Brilliant. Give that a bit of a pat off. We can bend the knees again. We're going to catch hold of that left ankle. Take the heel towards the glute. Slide that left knee back. So we're just stretching through the fronts of the quad. Breathing through the stretch. If you feel it easing, just take that leg back a little bit more. Good. 2, 1, and relax and give that a pat off. Brilliant. So grabbing your pillow or block, whatever you got, we're turning on to our left side. So the block underneath the head, arms straight out in front of you, hips, shoulders stacked. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, we take the top arm up towards the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Holding for a breath, trying to relax through that right shoulder, through the pecs, and draw the arm back up and over again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Breathing through the stretch and closing back up again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle. So we're coming down, over the legs, over the open hands, up above the head. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head as we draw the arm back up and over again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, arm to the ceiling. Push the top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle, coming up above the head, crossing over the open hand, down over the legs into your open book. and drawing the arm back up and over again. Brilliant. So we're taking the block away from under the head, lying on your left arm, hand on top of the right hip, squeezing through the glutes, feet stay together. We're taking that knee up towards the ceiling and lower back down. Good. On the out breath, squeeze through that right glute, knee to the ceiling and lower back down. We're going to pulse it the next time. On the out breath, squeeze through that glute, knee to the ceiling. We're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. On the out breath, knee and ankle up towards the ceiling. Squeeze through that glute and lower back down again. On the out breath, knee and ankle up towards the ceiling, squeezing through the glute. We're going to take the knee to the ceiling, lowering the foot, back to level. We'll take the knee towards the other knee, foot to the ceiling, back up to inline, and lowering back down again. Good. On the out breath, squeeze through the glute, knee and ankle up towards the ceiling. Good. Open the knee to the ceiling, level, and then drop the knee to meet the other one and take that foot to the ceiling, back to keeping the knee and ankle level and closing back up again. We're going to pulse it now, knee and ankle up towards the ceiling, squeezing through the glutes, and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down again. Brilliant. Give it a bit of a pat off. We're lengthening both legs away. Bring them slightly in front of the midline, waist lifted, pointing through that top toe, and we're taking the leg up to the ceiling. Flex, lengthen through the top line as you lower back down. Pointing through the toe, up towards the ceiling. Flex, lengthen, and lower. Good. 3 more, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen, and lower. 2 more, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen, and lower. Good. Last one, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen, and lower back down. Good. Toe towards the floor, keeping it to the floor. Take up towards hip height, toe to the ceiling to lower back down. Toe to the floor, up to hip height, ceiling to lower. Good. 3 more. Floor. Take the leg up, toe to the ceiling to lower. 2 more. Toe to the floor. Take the leg up, ceiling to lower. Last one. Toe to the floor. Take the leg up, toe to the ceiling to lower back down. Good. Give it a pat off. We're going to catch hold of that right ankle, heel to the glutes, sliding the knee back till you feel a nice stretch through the front of the quad. Breathing through that. Good. Increase the stretch if you feel it start to ease. Good, and then just relaxing that leg off. So if you've got your pillow, I'm going to roll onto our backs. You can place that pillow underneath your head. We can just have those knees in for a minute, just rocking from side to side. Those legs have worked quite hard. Okay, so we're going to take the left foot to the floor, place the right ankle onto the left knee. Either just push the right leg away, or you can bring that left knee up towards your chest. And then we're going to roll ever so slightly onto the left side, lifting that right side up and just feeling the increase in the stretch through that glute piriformis muscle. Think about the shoulders relaxing to the floor, lengthening through the back of the neck. Deep breath in and out with center, back up again. Take the right foot to the floor, left ankle onto the right knee. Either just push that knee away or draw that right knee up towards your chest. And we're going to roll onto our right side, slightly lifting that left side up off the mat. Relax the shoulders down, chin towards your chest. Breathing through that stretch. Increase it if you feel it eases a bit. Good. Last deep breath in and out. Good. And we're going to take the feet back down to the mat. We're going to slowly, gently roll onto our sides, come up to a sitting position. Legs out in a V. Good, okay. So, slight flexion through the feet, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. We're going to hinge from the hips, and we're taking the chest towards the floor, and we're just walking those hands forward fractionally, keeping the shoulders down the back. Then we're going to place the left elbow onto the inside of the left knee. Over the left leg, right arm comes over the top and look up towards the ceiling. Brilliant. And then we're going to rotate chest to the floor, walk the hands forward, over to the right side, right elbow inside of a right knee, left arm over the top and looking up towards the ceiling. Good. One more time to each side. So walk the hands forward. Left elbow inside of left knee, right arm over the top. Just lovely rotational stretch here, as well as stretching out a bit through the hamstrings. Walking over to the right side. Left arm over the top, turning up towards the ceiling. Good. Coming back up to the center. We're going to close the soles of the feet together, holding over the toes, gently feeling like you want to take those knees down towards the floor, crown the head to the ceiling, and then again, hinging from the hips, we're going to lean over those feet, and we should be feeling a nice stretch through through the inner thigh there. Just breathing through that. One more breath. Good. Back up to sitting, both legs long now. We're just working, stretching through that lower back, flexion through the toes, hinging from the hips, drop the chest over the knees. And again, just stretching out hamstrings, lower back. Good, rounding and stacking that spine. So turning onto all fours. Tucking your toes underneath you, push up to down dog position, take the heels to the floor, feet hip width apart, head through to the knees, drawing the shoulders down the back. Deep breath in and out. Good, soften through the knees, walk the hands back towards your feet. And on the out breath, rounding back up, stacking that spine, come up to standing. Good work, everyone.
Wow, thanks, Nikki.